So there is some levers in the human body. For example, a lever is a rigid structure that moves around a fixed point that we call the pivot. In the human body, bones act as a levers, and the joints are the fulcrums, which we call the pivot points. The muscles provide the efforts, which is the force, and the body parts or objects are the load, which is the resistance. There is some parts of the levers. For example, fulcrum, which is the fixed point, which we call the joint. The efforts, which is the force applied to the muscles. The load, where the weight move, for example, body parts or objects. There is the types of the levers in the human body. There are three classes of levers based on the positions of the fulcrum, efforts and load. The first class is the lever, the second class levers, and the third class lever. The first class lever is defined as the one in which that the fulcrum is positions between the effort and the load. The first class lever example include the neck and the head. Fulcrum in that case is the joint between the skull and the spine. The efforts are the neck muscles and the load is the weight of the head. The other example of the first class lever is straightening the elbow using the tricep. The function include it can increase the force or speed depending on the muscles positions. It's balance the body and control the movement. The first class lever, this is the example of the first class lever between the head and the neck. The second class lever. It is defined as one in which the load is positions between the fulcrum and the efforts. In second class lever, the body example is standing on the tip toes. The fulcrum is the ball of the foot, the load is the body weight, and the effort is the calf muscles. The example or function of the second class lever is it increase the force and help to lift the heavy load efficiently. This type is rare in the human body. In the second class lever, this is the example of the second class lever between the foot and the body weight. The third class lever. The third class lever is one in which the effort is applied between the fulcrum and the load. The body example is bicep curl, the fulcrum is elbow joint, the effort is bicep muscles, and the load is weight in the head. The third class lever example is the kicking a ball, throwing a ball, bending the knee. The function include and increase the speed and range of motion but not the force. This is the example of the third class levers. So why it is important? Because it allows the movement and increase the speed and flexibility in the body that help the muscles work efficiently.